Have you ever heard a strange noise in your house at night? A faint knock. A whisper you can't quite place. For most of us, it's just the house settling. But for one family in early 1800s Tennessee, those sounds were the beginning of a nightmare that would become one of America's most terrifying and well-documented haunt. This is the true story of the Bell Witch. Imagine this. It's the early 1800s. You're part of the Bell family, living a quiet, hard-working life in a small wooden house near the Red River. One evening, your father, John Bell, is out by the cornfield when he sees something impossible. A creature with the body of a dog but the head of a rabbit. It shoots at it and it vanishes without a trace. You'd probably try to forget it, right? But that night, the tapping starts. At first, it's just a soft knock on the outside walls. Tap, 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 tap. But night after night, it gets slower, more aggressive, moving around the house as if something is trying to get in. Then, it does. Soon, the disturbances move inside. Imagine being a child, asleep in your bed, and suddenly your blankets are ripped off by an invisible force. Pillows are thrown across the room, and then the whispers begin, faint at first, then growing into a clear voice that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. When the family tries to pray, the voice only grows angrier. It wasn't long before the family realized this entity could interact with them. One night, John Bell bravely asks, "Who is there?" A chilling, clear voice replies, "I am a spirit, and I hate you." This wasn't just some random noise. This was an intelligence. It would argue with the family, taunt them, and sometimes, in the most unsettling way, it would sing hymns in a strange, hollow tone. The youngest daughter, Betsy, seemed to be its favorite target. She would be pinched, slapped, and have her hair pulled by unseen hands, all while a disembodied laugh echoed through the house. Word spread like wildfire. Neighbors and curious visitors flocked to the Bell home to witness the phenomena for themselves. Many left terrified, having heard the voice or felt the cold touch of an unseen hand. The spirit even gave itself a name, of a sort. It claimed a connection to a local woman named Kate Batts, and soon, everyone began calling it the Bell Witch. But no one knew what it truly wanted, or why it had chosen to torment the Bell family with such relentless cruelty. By December of 1820, after years of torment, the haunting took a dark and final turn. John Bell, the patriarch who the spirit seemed to despise the most, fell mysteriously ill. His health failed rapidly, and some witnesses claimed to hear the spirit whisper, "I will kill him." As John lay on his deathbed, the entity seemed to celebrate his decline. Despite his family's prayers, John Bell died, leaving everyone devastated and terrified. But the horror didn't end with his death. At his funeral, the entity made its presence known, singing mocking songs and making strange noises, horrifying everyone in attendance. Before it supposedly departed, the spirit warned that it might one day return. Today, the tale of the Bell, which is woven into the fabric of American folklore. Skeptics argue it was an elaborate prank, or perhaps a psychological phenomenon, but believers point to the numerous eyewitness accounts documented at the time. The story has inspired books, films, and sent countless ghost hunters to the old Bell property in Tennessee, searching for any sign that the witch never truly left. So, what do you think? Was it a vengeful spirit, a clever hoax, or something else entirely? Something from the shadows that we can't begin to understand. The story of the Bell, which remains a chilling testament to the enduring power of the unknown. Thanks for joining me on this dive into one of history's most fascinating mysteries. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the unexplained. See you next time.